Well, with another week in the books, it's another weekly rotation video for you guys. Interesting week. Had a little bit of everything. Had some new stuff that I've recently purchased, as well as some old school classics from me personally, and a few other things in between, if you will. It's week number 88, so stay tuned. Starting off on Sunday, a nostalgic classic for me personally, being Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, the original. I still love this scent so much. I still hold strong to the claim that this smells better than the O Intense. The O Intense just performs, I'm not going to say light years better, but definitely a lot better. It lasts a lot longer, and it projects really, really heavy. This still has just as strong of a compliment factor, if not more, when people smell this, based on my experience over the years. But in recent years, I've worn Light Blue O Intense a little bit more here in the last 2 years, I guess you could say. But this is still an all-time classic, timeless scent profile in my opinion. One I'll always have a bottle of in my collection. This is, I forgot how many bottles this makes. I got this on clearance a while back, so I have the little 40 ml. I was due for another bottle at the time, and eventually I'll go through this and I'll get another bottle. It's just that good. Not that great of a performer. 4-ish hour fragrance kind of thing these days. 5 hours at best if you spray your clothes. Below average, but the scent's so good, I sure don't mind refreshing, and neither should you. But if you need to have that performance, go with the O Intense flanker. And during the day on Sunday, I went with the original Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. And then that night, almost out of my signature rosé bar soap, and I was just in the mood to keep the scent going, so I sprayed myself down with a few sprays of Zaharoff signature rosé. Definitely one that is a must try if you haven't tried it yet. Even if you're not really a fan of rose, you may end up liking this one still. Sweet but not too sweet, dark, smoky, little resinous because it has that signature pour homme DNA. It's basically signature noir with some, different roses in it. The Turkish rose, Flora Absolute, some different types of Bulgarian rose in here. It's a lovely fragrance. It really is. It still has the oud myrrh and frankincense that the signature pour homme DNA has in it. You still smell that here. It's a smoky rose. It's a masculine rose, but still extremely unisex. I mean, anybody can wear this. Very, very well done. And out the shower, that's what I went with. Zaharoff signature rosé. Moving into Monday, during the day and out the shower, some oldies but some goodies, some cheapies. Starting with Davidoff Cool Water, the original. My scent of the day, TikTok / Reel / YouTube story. I put it on all platforms except for Facebook, really. Had a couple people complain about how it's dated and old man smell and all that, and then it was kind of split, and then had a bunch of other people talking about, man, I wore this not that long ago, fond nostalgic memories, still a great fragrance. Not everything's for everyone, and I can understand where some would come from saying that it's old man and dated, because it's been around for almost 40 years, 30 some odd years. I get it. But it's a timeless classic in my opinion. I think it works for every situation and scenario still. They're always at the rack stores. Anytime you're in a pinch and you want to smell good, you can always find a bottle of cool water for cheap at some store somewhere. And I was just in the mood for it. I haven't worn it in a while, so during the day, the timeless classic in my opinion anyways, Davidoff Cool Water, the original Eau de Toilette. And then when I got out the shower, I haven't worn this in a while. It's rich, it's green, it smells very grassy. It's Lucky You by Lucky Brand. Not one that I reach for as much as I should. I had a bottle many, many years ago. I've had this bottle for several years at this point. I just don't wear it enough. That's the downside to having so many fragrances. Some stuff that you really enjoy gets pushed to the side because I'm always wearing something different. I always got something new coming. I'm always testing something, and so on and so on. This is one of those fragrances. Not a great performer. I get like 2 to 3 hours out of it on my skin, but I love the way it smells. I always have. One of my favorite springtime green fresh fragrances ever. And you can get these for anywhere from 10 to 13 bucks at the rack stores, online from discounters. Lucky You is very cheap. So lucky you if you want to get your hands on it. Not the shower. That's what I went with. Lucky You by Lucky Brand. Moving into Tuesday, I recently featured this in a video. And while I had it out, I said, you know what? I haven't worn it in a while. It smells incredible. Why wouldn't I wear it? I went with Ferragamo from Salvatore Ferragamo. One of my favorite blue fragrances that I don't wear enough. I'm telling you, I really love this. I've noticed the price went up at discounters. It's FragranceNet restocked it recently, and it was around 40 bucks after the discount code, which, in my opinion, it's still worth it because it performs really well on my skin. 6 to 8 hours, depending on if you spray your clothes, for me anyways, of longevity, sneaky type of projection and sillage where you'll think you'll have gone anosmic to it, at least in my experience. I'll have gone anosmic to it, and then I'll get a random compliment out of the blue. Doesn't happen all the time, but it has happened. That's why I'm giving you this example, because it has happened to me when I first got it, actually. And I'm sprayed again, because look at this beautiful atomizer, too. This was one of my favorite releases from 2020. Really was. This came out, I believe, January 2020 or something like that. Early 2020. It's been around for a while now. It sells out almost instantaneously when it restocks these discounters because it's sought after, because it's a very well-rounded, extremely versatile, likable blue fragrance. It's got a lot of fresh green qualities going on, some violet leaf and stuff like that going for it, where it's not super unique, but it doesn't smell like all the other blue fragrances at the same time during the day. That was what I went with. One of my favorites that I just haven't worn in a while. It's Ferragamo. I got it at the shower. Busted out Tommy Bahama Maritime Deep Blue. Kind of a cross between light blue and polo blue, if you will. Let's spray it again. It's so much spicier than polo blue. That's why I say it kind of reminds me a little bit of Dolce & Gabbana light blue as well. Though it's not a peppery spice. I looked at the notes after my first impressions video that I did a little over a week ago. And it's some cardamom and some rosemary, if I remember correctly, but I know cardamom for sure. Some spices and some fresh spicy greens, which is what rosemary is, but still maintains being rather aquatic. It's just nice. It really is. This is a very lovely smell. Synthetic, sure, but I really enjoy it. I sprayed myself relatively heavy out the shower with it this night. I just like the way it smells. Worth the 30 bucks that you can find at the discounters for, in my opinion, a 4.2 ounce bottle like this. So far, I like it better than Maritime Journey, which I enjoy as well, but I think this is a little bit better. Out the shower, Tommy Bahama Maritime Deep Blue. Moving into Wednesday, my first full wearing of this new release. Had a lot of people sound off on their opinion of it. I'm talking about Ralph's Club from Ralph Lauren. So, my take on it, now that I've spent a little bit of time with it, it's nothing special. You know, it really isn't. It's nothing special. Not a must-have. It really isn't. It's likable. It's enjoyable. It's super versatile. It's basically a blue fragrance. I had somebody saying, you know, chime off about the 4 notes that's in it and says, that doesn't say blue to me. Just smell the damn fragrance. It smells like a blue fragrance. Yes, the 4 notes that they offer you, I don't believe is the entire note breakdown. You do get this lavender note that's kind of a greener take, I guess, or a more herbal take of lavender, if my understanding is correct about lavender. And then the clary sage isn't as dense as I would expect, but it's definitely there. And you get the woods and stuff like that. But it smells like a blue fragrance, you know. It smells like something you've smelled before, but you can't quite pinpoint exactly which fragrance it is. So for that, it makes it a little boring of a release. So I understand where people are coming from with that. I agree. Nothing special here. Nothing groundbreaking. Not a must-have. Definitely try before you buy, because I thought it was going to be some woody green, dense fragrance. And blind bought it, like I usually blind buy, and ended up being a blue fragrance. I still enjoy it. I still think it smells great. It's just a little disappointing because it's not what I thought it would be. But as versatile and easy to like as they come, I mean, there's never a bad time to smell like this. It's one of those types of fragrances. But if you're looking for something new here, then you're not looking for Ralph's Club. In my opinion, of course. But during the day, I definitely enjoyed it. Performance, nothing special. 4 to 5 hours is what I'm seeing from it. Spraying my clothes pushes a little more, but on my skin, it's only been like 4 to 5 hours for the little bit of time I've spent with it. But during the day, that's what I went with. Ralph's Club from Ralph Lauren. Then when I got out the shower, I had just bought this little value pack from Walmart, so I went with Marc Echo Blue. You want to talk about nothing special? It was a day full of nothing special, I guess, is how you can look at it. But pleasant shower gel scent out the shower, fresh and clean, you know. Very youthful. One I would suggest for a teenager, for sure, because you can get that little value pack that I got with the original Echo by Marc Echo, which is a little bit better than this. For 20 bucks, you get this 50 ml plus that ½ ounce. And I feel like it's a good little value pack for somebody in junior high, early high school, something like that. It doesn't have a lot of money to spend. Wants something easy to like, easy to wear. I feel like it's good for that. Out the shower is all I'm probably going to wear this for. Gym bag scent type of stuff. Not much in performance. Nothing special here in scent. Even less special than Ralph's Club. Ralph's Club's definitely miles ahead of this. Way, way better fragrance. So when I say nothing special about either one, I'm definitely not lumping them together, because I would take Ralph's Club every day of the week over this. So please don't misconstrue what I'm saying. But like I said, teenagers, that's who I would market this for. I'm sure there's a lot of you that have fond memories of this from junior high and high school, because it's been around for many years. And not one that I'm disappointed that I bought, but it's about what I expected. I wanted to try it, rolled the dice, and it's decent, it's pleasant. It's a cheap synthetic shower gel scent. I got tons of those, and what I use those for is what this was used for, out the shower. That was a Marc Echo Blue. Moving into Thursday, one of the newest additions to my collection that I enjoyed so much, I absolutely didn't hesitate to pay retail at Ulta. I first smelled this in a smell and rate video with Justin in Chicago a few months ago. I am talking about the newest fragrance from Hermes. This is H24. I really like this, and it projects a lot better than I thought it would. Only one wearing so far, but it's great. It really is. It's very metallic and floral, but look, they don't list any citruses, but I'm telling you, it smells like an authentic rind of the actual bergamot, like the citrus peel, the rind of the bergamot. I get that bitter citrus brightness. It's a bitter metallic citrus up top is what I smell, even though that's not in the notes, the bergamot that I'm smelling. I truly believe it's in there. Whatever they did with it, they created that aroma. I really like this. It's different. It's different. It's an acquired taste, but it's one that once you acquire the taste for, it is delectable. You want to go back to it over and over and over and keep smelling yourself. I'm really excited about this one. I'm so glad that when I saw it, they had one bottle left, and I was like, ooh, I forgot I've been wanting to get that. I sprayed a test strip one more time, refreshed my olfactory. Said, yeah, I grabbed that last bottle. Didn't hesitate to pay retail for this 50 ml. Some fragrances are just so good, or you get so excited about that you don't give a shit. You're just going to buy it. And that's kind of what happened here. Not saying it's at discounters anyways. I'm sure if you search hard enough, you might be able to find it somewhere for a few bucks off. But I mean, it's totally worth grabbing in my opinion. Another one, try before you buy and see where this can be polarizing. Like I said, it was an acquired. I feel this scent profile is an acquired taste, but I feel like those that like it are going to really, really like it. And those that don't like it are going to loathe this fragrance. That's just my thoughts on it. But I'm one that really, really likes it. Super happy to have this in my collection. I will be doing a full review in the coming weeks. This was just my first full wearing of H24 by Hermes. Then I got the shower. This is another recent acquisition that I put off getting for years and years and years. Finally have it. It's a vintage bottle, Terry Mugler cologne. So I only wore it out the shower once so far. This is another review I'm working on that'll be coming in the next few weeks. Boy, the neroli shines on my skin. This is pretty much a neroli bomb. It's a zesty bar of soap. As it dries, the zestiness kind of kills over. That's that bergamot that's in here. Look, I always heard how great of a soapy scent it was for years, and I kept putting it off and I just get it later. I kept doing that. Well, they're harder to find. They're more expensive these days. I went ahead and pulled the trigger on an older gift set. The body lotion was still good. I used it as an aftershave lotion. which was on this night actually. I had a shave, used it as an aftershave lotion, and I used the shower gel, which was still good as well. So I was smelling like Mugler cologne for hours and hours. I didn't really track my performance because it was out the shower, but over the next couple of full wearings, I'll track the performance, obviously, and I will get a full review out to you guys, but just know that I am really digging this one. This was a day of nirvana for me from an aroma standpoint because I wore this during the day and I had this all over me at night out the shower, the famed Thierry Mugler cologne. Moving into Friday, one that I haven't worn in a little while. I've only worn twice so far since I got it. Delightful. A gentleman's freshie is how I would put this. This is a very well put together fresh fragrance. It's just delightful. Naughton & Wilson did a fantastic job on Bon Viveur from Naughton & Wilson. Mr. Smelly, Dan, shout out to you if you happen to see this. Matt, you as well, my friend. It's lovely. It's a lovely scent. It wears well. It wears a little heavy for being a fresh fragrance. Not real heavy, just a little bit because of the density of the oil. And it's not an obtrusive, in-your-face scent profile. I love that about this. I feel like it's so well done the way the performance is. It's not some beast. It's like a 5-ish hour fragrance on my skin, 5 to 6. I didn't spray my clothes with this one either of the times that I've worn it. And it just... nice little intimate range scent bubble, not in your face, very gentlemanly. I really like this. Fantastic office style fragrance, sports jacket, blazer, suit type of stuff in the summertime, or even just a really nice Oxford in the heat. Look, it can be casual with a t-shirt. I did wear it with a polo shirt actually. It works well with a polo also. You can pretty much do anything with it. I just feel like it's refined to where you want to treat it a little better than you would your average fresh fragrance because it's so refined. It's got that gentlemanly touch to it. Love the way this one was done. The performance and the projection on it is just right for the scent profile in my opinion. During the day, I was enjoying the hell out of wearing Bon Viveur from Naughton & Wilson. Then when I got out the shower, just picked this up for 10 bucks at Marshall's, and it's decent. It's decent. Nothing special here, nothing anybody needs to go run out and get. It's pretty much strictly going to be an out the shower scent for me. It is from American Eagle. It's called If You Are Unstoppable. So I had to do that pause. If ... you are unstoppable. Nothing special here either. Violet leaf, woody, aromatic kind of fragrance. A little bit of citrus up top. It's actually enjoyable. It's easy to like. It's nothing special in performance. It's an eau de cologne. It's about 2 hours and it's gone on my skin. It stayed a little bit longer than I expected. They had people sounding off on the comments. This is the worst fragrance I've ever smelled. 20 minutes and it's gone. The usual blah, blah, blah about 20-minute fragrances. I got about 2 hours. Nothing special here. But like I said, for 10 bucks, you could do a lot worse with $10. Because there's a lot of $8 to $15 fragrances that are unboxed and stuff like that sitting on the top shelf at these rack stores, and a lot of them are junk. Sometimes there's some hidden gems among them, and I would say this is on par with what you would consider decent for that $10 bill before taxes. Like I said, you can do a lot worse on a $10 fragrance than this $10 fragrance. My opinion, of course. Out the shower, it was American Eagle, If You Are Unstoppable. Finally, on Saturday, one of the best blue fragrances ever made. Love this fragrance, haven't worn it in a while. Versace Dylan Blue. Yes, polarizing. Some people swear by it. My Scent of the Day post. A lot of love for it this go round. This past wearing, it got a lot of love on my Scent of the Day post, which was earlier today. This is Saturday evening. I just sprayed my out the shower fragrance. I just got out the shower before I recorded this video. I wanted to get this done so we can get it edited tonight, get it out to you guys on Sunday as per usual. Versatility, likability, performer. It checks all the boxes. Look, if it's not performing well for you, there's a really good chance it's anosmia, because this one's easy to go nose blind to. It just is. You'll think it's gone in 3 hours. 7 hours in, somebody may pay you a nice compliment, tell you you smell nice, or ask you what you're wearing. And you'll be like, wait, what? Talking about me? Yes, you. You don't smell it anymore, but others probably do. That's been my experience many times with this fragrance. I easily go nose blind to this. After about 2 hours, I can't, like, I gotta smell other things and change what's going on with my olfactory before I can smell this again, because it'll smell like a skin scent after a few hours for me, when really got a nice little scent bubble going. One of the best blue fragrances ever made. This is great for being just that one fragrance if you only want one to do everything. This one's really good for it. It's Versace Dylan Blue. And then out the shower, I gave myself 5 sprays of a fragrance that I just released a full review on earlier today. That is Tommy by Tommy Hilfiger. Love this stuff. One of my favorites ever. This is kind of the fragrance that started it all. It wasn't my very first fragrance. It was my second fragrance I recall getting in my life in 5th grade. When Tommy got super popular, this fragrance came out that year. My first fragrance was Pierre Cardin, the little bulb-looking splash bottle, was the first fragrance I recall ever getting as a kid. And then this was the first fragrance I ever sought out and wanted. I wanted this fragrance, and I got a gift set that Christmas. This is the fragrance that started it all for me, folks. I love this stuff. I always go back to it from time to time. I have multiple backup bottles. I just love it. If you haven't gotten your nose on Tommy by Tommy Hilfiger yet, you're doing yourself a disservice, because this is 90s in a bottle. This is what the 90s smelled like. Out the shower, I'm smelling like the 90s. Tommy by Tommy Hilfiger. Well, that's the rotation. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. Those of you familiar to this format and watch on a regular basis, or even if you just watch the weekly rotation here and there, you know what I'm about to say. I want to know what you wore this week. Sound off in the comments. That's my favorite comments to read every week, is what your fragrant week looked like. Did we match anything? Did any of you wear Dylan Blue this past week? Based on my Scent of the Day post, there's a few of you that wore Dylan Blue the same time as me today. So let me know what your rotation looked like this week. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on any of the fragrances featured in my rotation and you give them a spray now, I'm pretty confident you'll thank me later. Have a good one, guys.